Howdy. You know, sometimes life just has a way of really grinding your gears, right? So I figured I would just take you along with my day, kind of catch you up what's been going on. You know, we moved recently. I'm in the new studio. You can see I have this area kind of set up, but so far nothing else is set up. And we have been enjoying our time with the move. It's been great being back around friends that we haven't been. I mean, we've hung out with them a lot over the years, but to be like back in the same city is really fun. A little overwhelming, if I'm being honest, because we're constantly hanging out with everybody. So it doesn't feel like I'm getting a whole lot done on the work side of things. If you don't know me well, which most of you don't really, I really struggle with putting my productivity as the equalizer to like my worthiness. And I know like you're not supposed to do that. And of course, in a perfect world, I wouldn't. But I do, just like probably a lot of other humans out there. And yeah, I was just sitting here super overwhelmed, really frustrated, trying to get our home internet figured out with Verizon, which if any of you work at Verizon, for the love of God, like, what is your problem? Verizon, Spectrum, you're all nuts. Anyways, if you can't tell, it's really bums me out having to deal with those companies. Also, like, I love my husband, I really, really do, but why do I feel like it's my responsibility to do his work? Right? Like, this is his phone line that I'm trying to navigate with Verizon, and I was having such a great day until I started chatting with Verizon over something that doesn't even involve me. I feel like this makes it sound like Brandon asked me to do this for him, or that he, you know, it even somewhat hinted at needing help. He did not. Let me just clear that tabula rasa. He never even suggested that I take this on. This is me lamenting about my issue with not letting people figure out their own things. I just like to get it done and be efficient, even when I know it's going to irritate me. These companies specifically send me over the edge every single time I have to work with them. So I should have known better. This is all my fault. And I love you, Brendan. That's also another thing that you guys probably don't know about me, is that I'm just so like, I want to get it done. I want to check it off the to-do list. I don't want it to just be floating around in the nether regions, and nether regions? I don't want it to just be floating around waiting to be done. So I just want to handle it, get it done. But in that, I have set myself up for a heavier workload than I need, because I already have a heavy workload, but then I'm also taking on other people's issues. And I don't know if you can relate to that. But anyways, hello to my online first diary vlog, I guess. I don't know what this is. I just figured I would take you along with me today while I work on my studio and kind of do things in and around the house. I was texting with Lauren Mormino, and she said, this is content. You need to be recording this, because I'm working on a new pattern. Her and I have been talking about it, and I said, well, I would do that pattern, but to do that pattern, I need to print it out. But to print it out, I need to plug in my printer. To plug in my printer, I need my desk. But my desk is in boxes because I just ordered it from IKEA and I haven't set it up yet. And she said, that's funny. You should record that. So here we are. Other stuff on my ever-growing to-do list are work on the pattern, my Etsy orders. I need to make an appointment for my car. I need to switch the gym that I've been paying for months and have not attended to. Might as well switch it to the new place, right? Just pay them down here instead. Let's see. I have 2 custom orders that I need to follow up on. I have 3 wholesale orders that I need to follow up on. I need to do inventory, and then I need to update my wholesale website on Faire. Also, if you're a shop owner, go check me out, FAIRE.com. And then I also need to make a short video for my Patreon, which is probably won't take, but you know, an hour tops. And yeah, I've been putting that one off too. But anyways, first things first, I have to work on the pattern because that has a really hard deadline. So we are going to put together some IKEA furniture. Stay with me. Also, use this video to get some of your stuff done. Let's hang out together. Good luck. Step 1 done. Okay, so I got the first one put together. Something that I didn't understand about split level houses is how hot it gets on the top floor. Having never lived in one, you know, definitely learning the hard way. So I had to go and change into my trusty dusty Don't Be a Prick tank. First cabinet down, one more to go. So let's get to it. Podcast. I got it done. Came together much quicker than the other one, but there's a big gap from the door overhanging, which is kind of annoying because I have it on the closest setting. So short of taking it apart, I think I just have to roll with it. It is kind of annoying. It's supposed to be flush. Says that you can move it up or down. I don't need that. Move it in or out. Oh. Okay. I think I figured it out. There we go. Much better. So we got the one. Oh. And the two. Now my idea behind this was to put a desktop on top of it and use it as a desk, but also have possibly my heat press or the Glowforge on it. I think that it would fit the Glowforge nicely because it's nice and wide on the top, whereas my other cabinets are really narrow. So let's figure that out, shall we? The other thing that I can do is just use these as standalone and put them next to each other and put the Glowforge on top, because I did buy legs for this as well. Oh, I wonder what these are for. Oh well. But yeah, so I can just use this as a standalone desk. It's a lot longer than I thought it was, which is good, really, because it gives me a lot more room to work with. But my other idea with this table was to use it for bending, to kind of just class up my bending space. But I don't know how taxing that'll be breaking down the table and moving it for vending. I don't vend a whole lot anymore. In the events that I do vend, I want to look, you know, professional. The other thing is I wanted all of this in black, of course, but they didn't have everything in black, and I didn't want some random black pieces, white pieces, so I got all white, which goes with the decor so far, although I do have plans on painting the walls. Okay. Ooh, thought that was going to knock over. So yeah, okay, let's pull the legs out and see what they look like. These feel like pretty heavy duty legs, which is nice. And then I got the adjustables as well. So that way, depending on where I use them, oops, I can adjust them. But we're getting closer to setting up the printer so that we can work on the pattern. Yay, gold star. So my next thing that I was thinking is, so I put the legs on one side, and I'm thinking about leaving the legs off the other side and using one of those as the support, and then it might be easier to disassemble. The legs just go on with 5 screws, so I just put in 3 to test it out and see how I like it. But yeah, so now I'm gonna play around with some layout stuff and try moving some things around and see where we get, and then we're gonna plug in the printer and get back to the original job. Super sad wedding bouquet. I wish I had done something differently with this, but I didn't know at the time. I don't know. I think this is it for today, but I feel like we made some progress. We got all the furniture put together, and this is like max capacity for my brain. I don't know about you guys, but when I get to having so much going on, i.e. putting together my studio because it's my business and I want it to be as functional as possible, and I just need things to have their place, and I don't like wasted space. It's like take your time but hurry up situation. So I have a big proclivity of getting super overwhelmed and then shutting down. So it's really strange because that sounds like I would be the freeze and fight, flight, or freeze, and I generally am fight. But it's like the older I get, the easier I get overwhelmed, and for some reason, and I think I'm just now realizing this, this doesn't have to be permanent. Like I can move it, short of moving this around, everything else is movable, and I think I just needed to remember that. Because I'm getting bogged down in the details and I'm getting overwhelmed over something that doesn't need to be stressful. This should be fun. I think the fun thing that I need to do is I'm going to paint this wall back here. I'm going to paint this wall black, or I have like a really cool design that I want to do. I'll show it to you guys. Originally I was going to do the cool design on this wall, like, so this wall is where my pegboard's going to go, and I'm going to use my pegboard this time around for my tools and rulers and templates and things like that. And I'm trying to figure out, oh, damn it. I just remembered this whole wall over here that I just set all this up on. I was planning on doing a new cork rack for, so this might have to be moved anyways. I think the reason I get so overwhelmed is everything builds on each other. So like wherever I put my table, I have to have plugs. I have very little plugs in this room. And then the windows are kind of an issue. They're great. I get a lot of great light, but I noticed when I was sewing the other day, my sewing machine is right here, and the sunlight was coming in and bouncing off the inside of my glasses. So it was like hurting my eyes. So I have to think about filming, and I need to figure out where I'm going to put my ceiling mount, and I can't figure out where I'm putting my ceiling mount until I figure out where my table's going, and I can't do my table until I get all my superfluous stuff figured out. So I have just been so bogged down in figuring out where to put all this stuff that I just shut down, and I can only do like very, very incremental things at a time because I get so like can't see the forest for the field or can't see the forest for the trees type of situation. I don't know. I don't know if this is how you guys feel. I don't even know if you like this type of video. Again, this was all because I needed to get my printer put on the desk, which I did. So yay, gold star. I accomplished the task that I set out to accomplish. So now I get to find some multi-plug somewhere in the house. I got one from the old house yesterday, so I know there's one floating around somewhere. I'll get that plugged in, and then I get to fight with the Wi-Fi, so that should be fun. We'll see if I can get it linked to the Wi-Fi. But yeah, I don't know. If you like this type of thing, let me know. I always think that they're silly and dumb to record, but then I always watch them. I always watch other people do stuff like this. So I don't know, maybe there's something to it. Maybe you liked it, maybe you thought it was stupid. I don't know. Either way, let me know if you dig this type of like vlog situation. I'm down to do them because it shockingly kept me on task really well. That's the other thing, is when I'm in the studio, when I get overwhelmed, I will find other stuff to do around the house. And I didn't. Recording kept me in the studio for several hours at this point. I've been working on this for about 4 hours now, so I'd say that's pretty good. That's a pretty good solid run for me. But yeah, let me know if you like this type of stuff. Bye.